Welcome everyone. Today we have a reroll guide for Zenless Zone 0. So looking behind me, I have prepared a lot of notes regards to how to reroll, how long it takes to reroll, and how far you want to go into the story, and how much of the currencies and also summons you can get in the reroll. And together with how to create emails, and also how to buy items, how to reroll, and what are the best characters to look for while rerolling. This guide should provide you with a lot of information about rerolling, about free-to-play, and also getting multiple 5 stars or S-rank agents in ZZZ. Now I have also found a number of information including additional notes on rerolling and also the Gatcha system together with the pet system and also all the characters available in the game. Together with all the information I've found, I'll share with you guys in the links below should you want additional resource and also information regards to reroll and also on ZZZ. And similar to all of our videos, if you want my notes, those will be available in the links below. So this particular guide will break down into 3 parts. The first part, I want to give you guys all the information regards of how many free summons you can get at the launch of the game and how can you get those, including login events, completing story and also campaign. On the second part, we'll talk about how long it takes to reroll and how does it work with regards to making new emails and also making different accounts. And finally, we'll talk about what are the characters you want to look for, and we do have a previous tier list which we'll talk about as to what characters is the best result when you start rerolling. So coming over to the first part, as most of you guys might have known, ZZZ will have a discount system for the first 50 standard rolls. So for 40 rolls, you can get 50 summons, and this also guarantee a 5-star or S-rank agent. So the S-rank agent will be following from the 6 characters that's available over here. And the biggest highlight over here is this sets a benchmark and also a particular breakpoint when you want to stop rerolling. Because if you can guarantee to know what is going to be your free S-rank agent, you can build your team around it and you can see and also decide how you want to keep this account and whether you want to play this account for the future. Now there is additional information as regards to after getting 300 standard summons, you can select one of your S-rank agents for free. This is not the biggest deal at the launch of the game, and for most players this might take anywhere from 3 to 9 months to get accumulation to 300 summons. But knowing this in mind should help you think about, hey, if I get one particular free S-rank agent at the start of the game, and in 6 months time if I still play the game, I can get another character. That means you already have 2 characters out of the 6 characters that is available on the standard character, and this should help you to plan your rerolls a little bit. Now what's more important is to how many summons and also freebies you can get at the launch of the game. Now there was a live stream for ZZZ, and in that live stream a lot of reveals including events, including new characters that is coming and also new features, but the biggest highlight for us is actually going to be how many free summons. The developer has been quite nice this time to reveal there will be 100 free agent summon, which pretty much guarantee us getting at least 1 S-rank agent, and also 80 free pet summon, which will take us to 1 S-rank pet. And what that means is you can see that there will be a multiple tune of event over the period of 40 days. At the launch of the game, likely we'll be getting events including login event, which will give you 10 free summons and maybe 20 free summons right away. And this will allow you to have the best chance of getting a limited character. And then as you play the story, as you play through the game, you may be getting up to 70 standard summons. And this is going to be massive. Of course, there will be 80 pet summons that will be available. And together, you're looking at over 100 summons if you're free to play at the launch of the game. Now, if you guys remember our previous videos, I want to mention that at the login of the game, as you reach a certain threshold or level, you'll be getting up to 20 free standard summons right away. So this is a pre-registration event. And now coming back to our notes, so how you want to see with regards to free summons is that they will come in 3 varieties. One is that you log into the game, and once you get to at least 20 minutes into the game, you can start summoning with the free summons coming from your mail. The second thing is, as you log in consecutively each day into the account, you'll be getting additional summons, including 10 additional limited banner summons. And finally, as you play the game throughout the story, the campaign, and also the side quests, you can get additional summons. So all those 3 ways together will give you tons of summons for you to reroll. So coming over to the second part, when do you start rerolling and how do you do this? Well, at the start, we should understand that if you do skip any of the skippable stories, you can still come back to the commission log in the game, which allow you to rewatch all the cinematics. So if you're rushing through the game, if you're thinking you're missing out the story at the start of reroll, it's okay to come back to watch those after you get a great account. The bigger question is, how long does it take to actually start rolling and also start summoning? From the viewers that play the closed beta and also from a lot of the time estimates, it takes around 20 minutes in the game as you start a new account to get to the Gatcha system. This is when you can start summoning for characters. At this stage of the game, likely the only access of free summons you have is coming from the mail from the launch event, which will give you up to 20 summons. Now, if you guys remember in Genshin Impact and also in most other games, it is not advisable to start summoning and also stop at this point. So most players in ZZZ actually consider to play the game around 50 to 1.5 hours, which will likely to provide them the completion of 4 different story chapters, as you can see in the screenshot. And this in total should take the player up to 50 standard free summons. And this is not considering all the login event and also all the new features at the launch of the game. So those numbers are the estimations of the closed beta. And what that means is, if you plan to play an account up to 1.5 hours, you should be getting 50 standard summons. And this will guarantee 1 S rank agent coming from the previous information. And this is quite important to decide how you want to reroll. Now, in order to prepare for the reroll for everyone, I have added additional information as to regards how to create accounts for reroll, because each account can only pretty much be rerolled once. So here, what we're looking at is, there's a small typo, so it's Gmail. So there's 2 ways of preparing accounts. One is that you can be creating unique accounts like Gmails and also other emails, and that allows you to log into the game with different emails. A lot of viewers and also players have reported using salted emails. And what that means is you start with the original email and then you add +1 or +2 at the back of the email. There is a Reddit post to talk about this, and if you guys want to have a look, I'll share the post as well. So this means you just need 1 email to have infinite rerolls, as long as you add a +1, +2 behind the email. This is a good system as long as the developers allows for this, and at the moment I think it still works. So those are the 2 ways to make additional emails should you want to start rerolling. And of course guys, as a small advice, as you start rerolling using those emails, it is best to keep a track of what characters you got after 50 summons, or after getting your first S rank character. So here is the example. On the first email, if I got Grace, second email, if I get Soldier 11, the third email, if I get 2 S rank characters, I'll be highlighting this one. And this will allow me to remember to come back to this one for the future to get additional summons and also to see if I get even luckier with limited banner with Ellen. Now, on the topic of getting the limited banner character, one of the usage of the refund shop is going to be very important. So what I mean over here is, if you have seen our previous video, each time you summon, you'll be getting additional signal residual beacons, and those items allows you to buy additional summons. You can then use those currencies to buy discounted standard banner and also limited banner summons, and then get additional summons as you summon with your rerolls. So it's quite important for us to come back to here. At the launch of the game, I'll show you guys this full process as I play the game and start rerolling. So now that we talk about the system, the summons, and also method of rerolling, let's come over to the final part as to what characters you want to look for rerolling and what are some of my best ideal results as you reroll for free to play for ZZZ. Now at this point, I do recommend coming over to my tier list. This is a pre-launch tier list, and this is my personal preference tier list. In this video, I try to rank and also provide you guys with more information as regards to character synergies, team comp, and also different rankings of characters. And if you had a look at that tier list, of course, Ilan as a limited banner character is always on the top of the tier list. So the best result I have as I reroll for the characters is that I found Ilan on the standard banner character before 76 summons with the soft pity. And this means I was extremely lucky to get one of the strongest characters at the launch of the game. Together, if I can find any S rank agent before the 50 guaranteed pool, that means I have struck double lucky. And if I'm double lucky on this reroll account, likely I'll play this account as my main account. Now there are also other options. For example, getting Ellen on your 76 summon with a soft pity with limited mana can be a really lucky roll as well, because there's still 50-50 of getting her or missing her. And similarly guys, if you can find any S-rank character on the standard banner before the 50th pull, that means you have saved yourself a bunch of summons for the future. But of course, some of the players will prefer to have certain S-rank agents over others. So this is when you want to consider having a particular S-rank character together with a particular A-rank character. And finally, what I recommend is, here is my summary of the characters I want to look for as I start rerolling. So firstly, I recommend coming over to the tier list to see how I rank those characters and also my reasons behind it. And the characters I'm looking for is going to be the standard banner Ellen. After that, I'll look for Nico as a physical attack dealer. After that, my supporting, my stunner, and also my anomaly characters are going to be my next focus on the reroll. I'm not going to be a big fan of the fire characters. This is why I rank them a little lower to the last priority for my rerolls. And those are going to be the characters and also orders I look for them, I start rerolling. And of course, if I can find Ellen plus Lycan for my ice team, and that will be really good. Similarly, if I can get 2 S-rank agents from my rerolls, I'll be happy with those 3 characters. Now before I finish, and in case you guys didn't know, in the past when I played Genshin Impact, I played free to play and I rerolled for 3 days, yes. And eventually I got Venti plus Jin as a free to play account, and that's when I started playing. So one of the secrets of rerolling is that to not stop rerolling after the first day. You can still come back to the same account you leveled up to and log in for the free summons on the next 2 days. And together, as you log into those accounts, you might get lucky with additional summons to get yourself more characters. So this is why it's better to keep a track of those characters, because you never know when the next day or the day after you might hit the jackpot to get additional characters for free just by logging into the game. Now hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I did try to summarize all the information I can find for the rerolls, together with additional notes and also different methods. All the links to the related information I spoke about will be available in the links below, should you guys want to have a further read and also understanding of the game as we prepare for the launch that will be coming very soon.